Hi! Welcome to Borderlands 2, so Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt DLC. This is part 2 of Chapter 1, Professor Nakayama, I presume. And we're off to kill scallions. These are basically scorpions, and you can see it took me a while to work out that the yellow bar meant that they were corrosive susceptible and resistant to fire. Like an idiot sitting there, take the fire, take the fire. I got a new gun. It's a pistol, an E-Tech. It's kind of a dark gun, so you fire the bullets and they stick in it. The previous E-Tech pistols I've had that are similar have had a really slow projectile, but this one's a lot faster, which is more intriguing. You can see here a couple of bullets in it, and then boom, 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 they explode after the event. So there's what, like a second and a half delay on the explosions, but it's intriguing. It does quite a lot of damage, and it's kind of I don't know. We'll see. I might stick with it. The reason I switched, I had level 38 E-Tech SMG. I think a Maliwan or something, but it's level 38 and I'm level 48 now, and it just wasn't putting out enough damage. And combined with the Tedior E-Tech, the corrosive one that I've got, both of which were using I think 2 or 3 shots per 2 or 3 ammo per shot, it was just chewing through ammo, which was not great. So it was an amazing weapon at level 38, but now it's just not so useful, so I'll probably hand it off to one of my other characters who's just started True Vault Hunter. I need to go back and play them a little bit, but whatever. I'm quite enjoying my Siren, it's got to be said. I've got Axton, who's 50, and then a Gunzerker, a Necromancer, and a Sniper, all at level 30, 32. They've all just basically finished their first playthrough. So I'm kind of hoarding weapons to palm off to them as I go. But I'll probably take them into multiplayer or something, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, killing the scallions, they're relatively straightforward, these little scorpion dudes. There's some elite ones, which I guess are the equivalent of badass, although they're not terribly tough. They don't give a huge amount of experience. And again, I'm just firing fire into it, I don't know why, like an idiot. They're pre-slagged. So the slag weapon, and they're not pre-slagged, sorry, you can't slag them when they're already slagged, it doesn't have an effect. And he slagged me there, took my shield down. Anyway, just progressing through here, there is a broodmother a bit further on after some of these little guys. And you'll see I find the crit spot on one of these guys, it's actually in their tail or on their belly. He'll pop his head up in a second, I think. There he is. See the purple glow in the background there, the elite slagged scallion. So shoot him in the tail for extra damage. There. And they sort of flip over when you get criticals on them and crouch up and put their tails down, and so it's a little harder to get the critical hit, but I managed to pull one off there. They just kind of swarm you. There's nothing too scary. Yeah, this gun is kind of interesting. I just shot it, even though it's resistant to that, just because it was quicker than switching weapon. But you see there, I put 3 shots into it, and then let the darts do their thing. Another corrosive, susceptible one. They web like the, what are they called? The kind of skittering thing, Scorcher's one. I've forgotten what they're called. If you can remember, let me know. You know the aliens with the big heads that you shoot in the butt, the kind of bug creatures. So they're a bit like that in that they web. But yeah, they're interesting. I like these. I like a lot of the new monsters, except the floaters. The floaters really annoy me. Anyway, there was a broodmother there. She was relatively easy to take down. And here's Thermitage, I don't know. And he's not too bad. I'm shooting him there because he's got a red bar, and I'm completely failing to notice that he's resisting all these attacks like an idiot. But he's going down quickly enough. Eventually I realised to switch to a corrosive weapon and finish him off. And once he dies, here we go, Hammerlock will kick in, so I'll see you on the other side.
Sorry, good Sheriff, but wait, you guys are just gonna do your hunting thing? Aren't you even curious as to why I can order these savages around?
We shall deal with you in good time, sir. I promised my companion a pleasurable weekend of hunting, and a gentleman always keeps his word.
What? Come on. You guys fight me already? Please.
Vault Hunter, it appears we shan't get a moment's peace as long as this Nakayama fellow keeps hassling us to go fight him. I've heard some bizarre radio chatter coming from the other side of Silas Grove. I'm afraid you'll have to head there, stop whatever horrible plans Nakayama has conceived, and save the world. Again.
Great. Yeah, good. That's what I wanted. You won't regret it.
So, that's Nakayama. He's chirped up. And I guess we got to go and kill him. Hammerlock wants us to take a detour and deal with him. Don't forget to climb up here into that little unexplored part of the map. There is a big old chest up there. A couple of chests that I missed, and then back to the boat. And it's off around to this tribal village, and you want to head back to the fast travel point and then climb up behind it. But Hammerlock's about to kick in again.
That radio chatter. It sounds like Nakayama's savages are engaged in some sort of ritual worship. Lots of chanting and the like. Be careful.
Can I just say, super pumped we're arch enemies now. You and Jack were nemesis, and now that we're fighting, it's like I'm as cool as Handsome Jack. Oh, it's like a dream. After you killed Jack, I filled my ship, the HSS Terminus, with irregular research equipment, determined to carry on his will. Until I crashed here, anyway, and locked myself out of my own ship. But I will prevail. I will clone Handsome Jack, and he will crush the life out of you.
So yeah, these guys are kind of fun. I've always enjoyed Hammerlock as a character. I think I mentioned that before. And Nakayama is an interesting playoff against him. Borderlands 2 is often really well written. Anyway, I'd already cleared out this area just having a poke around, and so there's only a few new guys who've spawned since I went off to deal with the Scallions, which is nice. These witch doctors are kind of a pain, but as long as you slag them and get up close, they're not too much of a problem. And you can see the dart gun again having that delayed effect, just hiding around the corner because I had no health, and the thing died.
What the devil is that chanting all about? Steady on, Vault Hunter. These savages are worshipping something that means two things. It'll be Hyperion, and it'll be deadly. Come on! Mate, what the devil are they worshipping? A deadly creature? Some Hyperion murder bot? Oh, bloody hell.
Man, who told you I was vacationing out here? I stowed myself in the HSS Terminus to get away from danger. Look, I know I'm your best friend, but sometimes I just need to sit back, relax, and get worshipped by a bunch of dudes who look kind of like that douchebag you killed.
What'd you say? Claptrap, what are you doing? Shut up!
What? I'm just saying that if you can measure a human being in doucelosities, Handsome Jack would be off the scale.
He said bad thing! Get him!
Ah, help!
Critical.
Ooh, ow. You saved me! You hear that, you stupid Jack lovers?
The blasphemer's screamy screams are coming from over there!
Oh, clearly you did hear that. Whoops!
So now it's just a question of dealing with a bunch of these savages. There goes Claptrap waving his arms. I do like Claptrap. And this pistol, well, it doesn't really come into its own, but it's not awful. I think the 9,000 damage is the big plus. It's just a huge improvement over anything I had before. And it double fires when you're zoomed in, so that's nice. But you can see my awful shooting. I'm basically just circling these guys. There's another skin. Just circling these guys and dealing with them and using phase lock when there's a group of them. Nothing too threatening. But if you are playing through on this, I'd love to know what you're thinking of it so far. No spoilers, please. I want to see what's coming. But I like the Witch Doctors. They're an interesting twist. I like the idea that there's guys who can buff other guys. They heal them up. There's a bunch of badasses around, which is cool. The loot seems really generous too. I'm getting a lot of E-Techs dropping all over the place. Maybe I'm just on a lucky roll, but yeah, I'm finding some amazing treasures. Here comes one of the badasses. I think there's another one in a second. Yeah, you can see a bunch of them clustering on the minimap. And I break out my new shotgun and just kind of lay down some fire and snag a kill. And then my phase lock regenerates in a second, so I finish them up with that. And then it is back to Claptrap. There we go. Back to Claptrap to finish this off. There's a bit of faffing with... Oh, there's another badass. There's a bit of faffing with equipment. I've kind of switched weapons, and this one's okay. It's not great. I think I need to play around with finding a decent shotgun. I'm not a big fan of that rocket launchery one, the grenade launchery one.
Thanks for killing those dudes who were worshipping me. I was so tired of their endless affection and respect. So, you want to stop this professor guy from cloning Handsome Jack, huh? I know just what to do. Let's chat.
So then, yeah, I fiddle around a bit with my equipment and head off to see Claptrap and finish up the mission. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. So bye!
Those savages briefly distracted me from the crushing loneliness of my existence. Before you ganked them, the savages let me in on the professor's plan. He's got a temporary lab set up at Arterton Station that he's using to create iridium-engineered Jack clones. You gotta destroy his samples of Jack's DNA and shut down that lab.